Hello, this is Erica. I'm in charge of TSE Speaking, and I have a great partner behind me, and you will be watching Paul's video soon. So today I'm just going to talk about the few things that a lot of Korean students don't really think about. First, I'd like to make a comparison between spoken English, which is TSE, test of spoken English, and conversational English, where you go to other hagwons and take lessons from, such as Hilaban. The biggest difference between conversational English and spoken English is that in conversational English settings, you actually interact with your teacher. And most of the times that your teacher takes the lead and he or she asks a bunch of questions and you just have to answer them, which is pretty easy. One question, one answer. And a lot of the times you don't even have to come up with a complete sentence. Great, isn't it? However, in spoken English, you really don't have anybody that's talking to you, asking you questions. So you have to come up with the entire scenario on your own. You have to decide the setting, you have to decide the background, and you have to explain where you're coming from while you're talking about what you're talking about and the reasons behind it all together. So that's what makes the difference in spoken English. So let me talk about 4 criteria that TSE is looking after. This is a criteria that also TWE is also taking a look at, so you can pretty much take a guess that this is ETS thing, right? So, the first thing, language function, 언어의 기능성인 부분이죠. And you have to take a look at the pattern, what the questions are and how you answer them. A lot of Korean students think, well, they ask you one thing, so you just have to answer one thing, such as talk to your friend and then ask your friend to loan you some money. Hey, I want to borrow some money. You think it's good, right? And you think that's good enough. On the other hand, it is not. Because 언어의 기능성이라고 하게 되면 질문을 하는 사람, 질문에서 이야기하는 것을 제대로 받아줬어야 되죠. 돈을 빌려온다고 해서 나 돈 좀 빌려줘 라고 시작을 할 수는 없어요. You have to talk about where you're coming from. 어떤 식으로 이 대화를 시작을 하는지를 풀어나가셔야 되죠. So you have to say what you need the money for and what you're going to do with the money and how much money that you need and when you're going to pay them back. 이런 패턴이 중요하다는 것이 바로 language function. How about appropriateness? 적합성이라고 이야기를 하죠. And this depends whom you're talking to. Is it a man or a woman that you're talking to? Is it someone who's older? Is it someone who's younger? Is it someone that you know for a long time? Or is it someone just met on the street? And what is that you're asking for? Depends on all these things. You will be using different language to them. And I've heard that very ignorant comment that in English there's no 존댓말, and I totally disagree with you, and I can prove it to you when you come into my classroom. And I tell you, there are different classes in English language and different levels of spoken proficiency, and those are the things that we deal with. 적합성이라고 하게 되면 first you have to know the culture. Without understanding American culture and how Americans talk to each other, to different gender, to someone in a different position or different age, it's very difficult to understand how you should talk to them. 가장 어려워하는 부분이죠. Coherence, the 논리성이죠. And critical thinking is absolutely needed where Korean students don't have. And I'll tell you a little secret. 언어의 논리성에서는 가장 쉬운 방법이요. You have to know what should be the subject of the sentence. That is a secret, and you have to come to my lecture to find that out. Okay, the last thing, accuracy. 정확성이라고 하게 되면 you already know pronunciation, grammar, expression. Oh, you do know a lot of slangs and idioms. You think that's going to help you? I'll tell you right now, it's only going to hurt you. Surprise, huh? Fluency라고 하게 되면 there are a lot of myths in Korea. You think someone is fluent with excellent pronunciation, she's just babbling off on and off on and off, and you think she speaks great English. But let me tell you what, she's not. There is no content. Someone who actually speaks as if she flows in her thoughts and feelings, that is a fluency. Let me give you a quick example. What did you do yesterday? The person answers, I met my friend, we went to a movie, we had dinner, the movie was great, I enjoyed it very much, dinner was great, I enjoyed it very much, and I went home. Sounds pretty silly, doesn't it? However, if someone speaks it real fast with a little bit of like American like yaum that you love, like I mean, my friend yesterday went to a movie. Oh God, the movie was excellent, fabulous. We went to dinner afterwards and I enjoyed the dinner so much, then I went home. If you hear someone speaking English like that, you think that someone's very fluent. But you know what? The content hasn't changed a bit. So that is not fluency. There's a lot to say about the fluency, but that's all I'm going to say today. So the four things, those are the things that makes a big difference in spoken English. language function, 기능성, appropriateness, 적합성, coherency, 논리성, 그리고 accuracy, 정확성. It makes all the difference in your language. 그리고 격이 있는 다른 영어를 여러분이 이야기하실 수 있도록 도와주는 네 가지 요소입니다. Do visit us http://cafe.down.net TSE. Come look for us there. 카페에 오셔도 되고요. And we have a special 특강 scheduled. 플랜티어건 웹사이트 방문하셔서 TSE and Speaking 팀이 하고 있는 특강, 무료 특강 일정 참고하시고 방문하시면 저희와 함께 하실 수 있는 기회를 마련하실 수 있습니다. 회화반 지겨우시죠? 제대로 된 영어 제대로 한번 배워봅시다. 감사합니다. This is Erica.